So, what is a man?
A man is someone. A man is someone that has a penis. A woman has vagina. Men have a penis.
That's amazing. So let me ask, do you believe that those men that dresses and think that they're women, should they be allowed to play a women's sport?
No, heck no. They shouldn't even be allowed in public.
And,
That's a mental disorder. Back in the day, we used to put those people in like those rooms with the jackets and the pads. You know what I
right.
mean, they shouldn't even be around society. That's just like they're just like, crazy people, just like Dahmers and Ted Bundys and them. They're crazy. They're
And
just
so,
like them. They need to be separated from society and get their mind right, and then come on back later.
and so, do you believe that women should be allowed to play in men's sports?
Wow, that's a great question. If they're okay, look, like a real woman.
Yeah, a real woman should be allowed to play in men's sport.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
so
those
if a
are real
woman,
males. Just because they have on a dress, it doesn't mean that they're not males. So,
yeah, but they got an unfair advantage because
right,
men are physically more
right, you're right
dominant
about
than women.
that. So,
Yeah,
I agree. But should women be
yeah.
allowed to play in men's sport? Real women.
If they're good enough, yeah. If it's not like some political or social ideology, if they're good enough, like if a woman can ball like LeBron James, because it's capitalism. She should be able to capitalize on her talent and go get that NBA money rather than that WNBA money. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
So, if a woman should be allowed to play in men's sport, why shouldn't the men, even though they have on dresses, they think they're a woman, and we know they're not, but why shouldn't they be allowed to play in women's sport if the woman can play in the men's sport? It's the
Because
same thing.
no, it's not the same thing. A woman, you've
It's
never seen a
still a
woman. You know why you've
male.
never seen a woman in the NBA?
It's still
Because
a
she's not.
male. It's still a male in the women's sport, just like it would be a women playing in male sport. What's the difference?
Yeah, but they have a man has an unfair advantage. Like
Right. So why
if
should a
Mike
woman be
Tyson was to
allowed
put
to
on a
play in
dress
the
right
men's
now, he could
sport?
come back and the heavyweight boxing champion of the woman league. If Layla Ali put on gloves and tried to fight Mike Tyson right now, she get knocked out.
So
So
why should they be allowed to play in men's sports since they know they are not compatible to a man?
yeah, so only that's what I'm saying. Okay, look, hypothetically speaking, because this will never happen. But hypothetically speaking, if a woman got good enough to play in a man's sport, why not let her play in a man's sport?
So then why would those good enough women be complaining that men are playing in their sport? Why can't you just knock out those men too if they're good enough?
Because they're not good enough. A woman,
And so a
there's
woman is
exception to
not
every
good
rule, but
enough
the
to play
exception,
it. So a woman is not good enough to play in a man's sport. If they're not good
nah,
enough, they're not good enough either way.
correct. Yeah, they're not. But I'm saying, so I'm hypothetically speaking, if they ever did get good enough, they should be able to get in. Because I'm looking at it as far as you don't get that much money in the WNBA. So if there was a woman that was so good that she could play in the NBA, she should be able to capitalize because America is a capitalist society. She should be able to capitalize on that talent and get NBA money and support her family. But that would never happen.
But why should those men in dresses be able to capitalize on the women's sports then?
Okay, okay. A woman can play a man's sport and still say that she's a woman. These men are saying that they're women.
I know, but we
That's
still
different.
know that they are men, though. But if it's good for
We
the
know that.
goose, why is it not good for the gander?
Okay, look, same thing. So if a woman claims to be a man, she shouldn't be able to to play in man's sports.
Oh,
She
so
should
let's
be in
do
the
it this
crazy
way
zone.
then. Let's say the
Okay,
man in the dress don't claim to be a woman, but he want to play in women's sports. Should he be allowed to?
nah,
Why not?
because in society we have double standards, and that's okay. So that's one of the double standards that's okay.
Should
You
we?
know what I'm saying? That's a
Oh, what, Bill? Think about that though. Smoke on it.
okay. I'll think about it.
I don't think that women should play in men's sport because the fact is a woman is not stronger than a man. And so in order for the women to play in men's sport, the man gotta have to weaken himself. He can't box as harder. When they do the judo stuff, he can't throw that woman down and smack her in the face like he could a man. So the only reason a woman would be able to play a men's sport, the man would have to weaken himself. And then
okay, so how about this then? What about a non-contact sport? So like a woman, so I always, because I only watch basketball, I don't really watch any other sport. So like a woman and a man should never fight. Like a woman would get dusted every time. But if a woman could shoot a better jump shot, why not?
But a woman can't shoot a better jump shot than a man. She can shoot and so she can shoot a better jump shot than a woman, another woman, but not better than a man. And plus, when you play basketball, you can push her down too, because they do push each other down. And
elbow her, you might give her cancer by elbowing her in her breast or something.
Yeah,
that's true. All right, let me ask you a question then. Do you think that women should coach men in sports?
You weaken them.
That's weird, right?
Right. No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why they shouldn't. That's weird. And then they got women that come in, like the dudes be in there butt naked with Johnson swinging. And she'd be like with a microphone, like, hey, how was the game? You know, I always thought that was weird.
And then get mad, and then she'll go out and call it sexism if you walk around like that.
Sexual harassment or something.
So that's why another reason they shouldn't be involved in men's sport. It should be for women only in women's sport and for males only in male sport.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense, actually. So I was speaking in a hypothetical, but you're kind of right. Like, yeah, if a woman, because look, just say a woman made it to the NBA, and she gets elbowed in her mouth and gets her mouth bust. Everyone will be like, oh, I can't believe you elbowed her in her mouth, LeBron.
Yeah.
You know so
and then she'd be on TV talking about he abused me on the court.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. Yeah. Like that wasn't a basketball play. He's just mad because I hit that jumper in his face.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. I never thought of it like that. That's a good train of thought, bro. That's a good train of thought.